Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? This is Joe Figueroa with another video in our series Anatomy of a Dance, where I break down social dancing count for count, pointing out all the things that dancers do. In this week's video, I'm going to be talking about this lovely dance with Super Mario and Svetlana Ray. So please share, like, and subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, we now have a link that you can click on in the description. But you better do it fast because we're starting right now. So a few weeks ago, this video showed up in my feed. In the first 2 counts of 8, I knew I was going to do a breakdown. There's just so many great movements and flawless technique from both. What I hope to show is how it's the nuances that make a dancer's movements their own. This goes for leads and follows. So let's dive in. As I said, the first 2 counts of 8. We start with a triple touch and go spin. The touch and go handhold gives them a left high, right low position. A back break after changes Svetlana's direction, putting her in Mario's spot while he moves to the midpoint of the line, which is in front of her, and he makes sure of this. He knows it's important that she have a sense of where he is on the line. That back break or hard break brings them to a different handhold. Now right's high, left's low. Once Mario has the right hands at the high point, he drops her right hand, letting gravity take it while he lowers his right hand, following hers, and raises his left hands to the high position the rights were in a moment ago. Now here's that nuance I was talking about. Picking up a dropped hand is common, but usually a lead is going to pick up with the lead's hand underneath, having it land in your hand to put it another way. But Mario catches the hand from above. Why? Because he's about to do one of those Super Mario things, where he gives the follow something extremely unorthodox. Mario catches the hand from above and almost immediately tosses it again, this time to the right, in an arc, behind her back. You can actually see him put some English on it. Have you any idea the dexterity it takes to pull that off? It gets better. They're dancing on 2. He dropped the right high on the count of 1, caught it at the low on the count of 2, tossed it on 3, and began to turn to his left on 5. Once facing her, Mario brings their left hands down to their lowest point and twists his wrist to create a turn for Svetlana. But as I just mentioned, the hand toss was on 2, 3, and 5, so that means he's turning Svetlana on the prep. This now puts both of her hands behind her back on their opposite sides. He picks up the right as her turn completes and sidesteps to provide a clear path for Svetlana. She takes her direction step forward on 2, and Mario leads an inside turn to check. A wrapped check. So he still has the handholds he began with, right to right, left to left. And since he already has her used to turning on the preps and the moves, Mario gives her another type. Svetlana checks on 6. Mario begins to turn or unwrap her right away, making her steps of 6, 7, and 1 a 1.5 turn down the line, back in the direction she came from. They walk out the remaining steps, and Svetlana is back at home base. Styles with an N1 for good measure. Follows look at Svetlana's nuance, and how she holds to receive information. Starting with the back break. See this right here? That's a pause, an appropriate pause. She doesn't rush to back break again. Instead, she steps in place while the rest of the movement finishes. Then begins to back break on 6 when she feels the unorthodox turn coming. Again, she does not panic. She steps it out as she feels them coming. Here is the discipline again. Right here. She just turned full to her right on 6, 7, 1. Rather than rush through, she holds again. Wait on her right foot with her left ready to go. Path is clear, timing is right, lead is there, off she goes. Being able to move this quickly and still know when to take a beat isn't just chance. That's understanding. That's training. Next, I'm going to focus on a technique that I've mentioned many times in past videos, the monkey mentality. The concept is for a lead to keep some point of contact on the follow. Don't let go of one branch till you get a grip on the next one. Doing this during the dance informs the follow, making it so that they are not looking for the lead. They know what it is because of where it is. Look at this segment here. Inside turn led at the shoulder. You can't quite see it, but Mario uses his left hand at her right shoulder to give her an inside turn. But he wants to stop her before she comes around to face him. He wanted a check. So he replaces his left hand hold with his right. Some of you might start a shoulder turn like this and release your hold, trusting in the torque you created to be enough. But that leaves potential for miscues. Mario basically places her shoulder that's in his left hand into his right hand, guaranteeing that she will go no further than his arm's length. He sidesteps to his right, clearing her path on the line, and pulls her back from said shoulder to her original position. Here's the technique again. Mario places her right shoulder, which is his only point of contact on her, from his right hand back to his left hand, making certain that she feels secured, surrounded by his lead. This makes it so that a follow doesn't need to go looking for you. Mario finishes his count up with another inside turn for her. As soon as the turn is complete, Mario has his hand at her back again, always a point of contact. Here's a segment that I love. Don't really have a name for it. Mario, if you do, let us know. He passes her from one hand to another repeatedly, creating counterclockwise turns over and over again, but changing the line each time. A set of 4, resulting in Svetlana being back on the line and led into a crossbody lead. I don't know, corner turns, diamond turns. Don't make me have to go back to that Wu-Tang name generator again. Follows look at Svetlana's discipline throughout. Each turn, arms out to the side, then straight up. Arms out to the side, and straight up. Arms out to the side, straight up. Arms out to the side, straight up. Moving on. After the crossbody lead, the crossbody lead shows Mario passing her from one hand to another, raises his right, collecting her left before leading a triple spin on the spot. Now this here isn't necessarily a must, but it helps. I do this all the time when leading from this handhold. It's hard to see it from this angle, but I know it's there. A lead could create a kind of launch point for the follow. See Mario's left hand here? I believe that he pushed on Svetlana's right hand to launch her into the spin. This is a great way to let the follow know that the spins will be multiple instead of a single turn. The rest of this is a clinic on spinning and how to be spun? Spint? Spinded? First for leads. Mario leads from above, but he also leads from his shoulder on down, using his entire arm, creating clear circles flat and even right above her head. And that's important to point out. I always say in my classes that when turning or spinning, the lead should keep the handhold close to the follow's torso, no matter the difference in height. Even with Mario being so much taller, he still brings his handholds close to the follow. Here's a good way to measure this leads. When spinning or turning a follow, you want to try to have the follow's arm in an L shape, a 90-degree angle. If the follow's arm is raised nearly straight, you are both at a disadvantage. As I said, this was a triple. The first 2 high, meaning over her head, the third is low, brought down to Svetlana's waistline and eventually behind her back. Mario turns slightly to his left to clear a path for her and at the same time places his left hand behind his back, making it clear for Svetlana to see as she emerges from the spins. I'll get into how sharp she is later. It is common for a follow to extend their available hand to their partner in situations like this, but there's more going on here that I plan to dive into. Here is the monkey mentality on display still. Using that new handhold, he creates what I call a continuous turn, which uses the entire count to create the turns. The first happening on 6-7-1 since they're dancing on 2, the other happening on 2-3-5. Once again, you can't see it, but Mario switches handhold from left to right in front of her to create the second turn. Once she has completed the turns, Mario places her hand to his side, another point of contact, while he turns left, picking up the hand where he left it. This set of spins I just spoke about is a perfect segue into my last point. I've yet to meet Svetlana, but I know great dancers when I see them, and this young lady is like a machine that produces excellent social dance technique over and over. So I'm going to end the video talking mostly about her. Around 3 or 4 times throughout this dance, Mario gives her a set of spins. Each and every time, Svetlana executes the exact same techniques as she goes through them. Starting from the floor. Follows look at how she brings her feet together during spins, having a focal point on the floor, like a top, keeping her weight predominantly on her right, and using her left as assistance, sometimes applying weight to it should she need to, then transferring all her weight to her left when she can feel the set coming to its end. This is ideal for spinning. That was the low. Now let's look at the high. Spotting. Now this is not something that you can just start doing one day. It takes practice, but look at its effectiveness. Every spin set that Mario gives her, Svetlana keeps her head straight forward while her body begins to pivot into the spin. She makes her head the last thing to go, but the first thing to arrive. Look here. Last to go, first to arrive. Last to go, first to arrive. Last to go, first to arrive. I see some follows attempt to make eye contact in between the spins. Not sure how that can work when the eyes of your partners will be in different heights in every dance. Plus, locking two eyes with two other eyes is doubly difficult. Look at Svetlana's eyes in each of these. She keeps her gaze straight forward, even downward, focusing on a single object in front of her rather than searching for a set of eyes in mid-spin. The reason she was able to pick up this handhold so quickly out of this triple is because of her spotting and gaze. So those are some of my observations in this dance. Just a fantastic display of energy, fun, and technique. I like that first movement so much, I'm going to do a separate Masters breakdown video on that alone. So stay tuned. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. This content is for you to benefit from, so if you want to support the channel, click on the link in the description. I really appreciate all the feedback that you've given. Comments, likes, and even dislikes help me to provide you with the best content that I can. So please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, keep dancing.